What's up everyone, Drew and Sherb from Misfit Athletics, and today we are here to conquer those pesky strict handstand push-ups once and for all. The three things that we're going to use and talk about in this video are posture, patience, and programming. We have seen athletes go from full-on meltdown out on the competition floor, not be able to even finish a workout, to loving strict handstand push-ups because of that second P in that list with the patience. But the first thing that we're going to cover is posture. Now, when we're talking about posture, we're really covering, sort of the position that Sherb's going to be in, his body's going to be in, his relationship to the wall, and then how he moves through space. The thing about strict gymnastics and what we take from the gymnastics community is how tight and rigid they stay while they're moving. And while the kipping handstand push-up has a lot of different things in it that makes it a completely separate movement, we can call on those gymnastics principles in the strict handstand push-up to make sure that we are moving well. So what I'm going to have Sherb do is go ahead and kick up nice and close to the wall here. If he kicks up nice and close to the wall, it's much easier for him to stay stacked. He can squeeze his butt, he can squeeze his gut, and he can get in this nice tight position where if he was further away from the wall, it would be much harder to maintain that posture. Notice that his chin is tucked to his chest. This needs to happen throughout the entirety of the handstand push-up. Now he's going to knock out a few reps here. We want to notice that his posture stays exactly the same as if he's just this hunk of lumber moving up and down and he can't independently move his body parts. So he's just going to do some reps here and he's going to stay nice and vertical. We're not going to see a lot of change in his positioning. Good. Go ahead and come down. Now, as we address that, we have to get into the patience element. When you are not great at strict handstand push-ups, that posture tends to go away very early in the set, and then we are relying on what is essentially a kipping motion of our upper body. When we do that, we are not developing the fast twitch musculature that we need to be able to crank through strict handstand push-ups. How long does it take to get good at strict handstand push-ups? 9 months, a year? That might sound like a prison sentence. You know what's a lot worse is going back out onto the competition floor a year later and having the same exact thing happen. So as you're moving through your sets, as you're using this in your programming to get better, being patient means you are going to move fast, keep that chin down, staying nice, tight, and vertical, close to the wall no matter what, okay? You're only going to get incrementally better day by day, but then when you add all that together over the course of a year, over the 9 months, however long it takes you to do that, you can actually get better. Now, the final thing here is programming. What's amazing about strict handstand push-ups, especially when you can't do a ton of them, is you can work on them 2, 3, 4 times a week. You can basically work on them close to every other day. Now, you don't always need to put that many eggs into that basket, but you want to make sure that you're working on them consistently because again, if you're being patient and you're in the right positions, it's going to take a while to get used to it. When you are doing your strict handstand push-ups, always move fast. Do not start to grind through your reps when you're doing them in a skill set. Keep the sets manageable, move as fast as you can, take a big rest, and do what you got to do there. Now, outside of the actual strict handstand push-up programming, we can add bench press, we can add push-ups, we can add strict press, all of the things that are going to keep a healthy shoulder. And then you see me making this motion here. Really important that mobility is a part of this equation. When you're doing strict handstand push-ups and you're trying to get into a position that you can't get into, it doesn't really matter, right? So we got to make sure, go ahead, stay tight in the midline, put those thumbs forward, and go overhead. He's got great mobility there. It's not all about that pressing strength. A lot of it, again, is about how close can we get to the wall, how tight can we stay. So remember, when you are working on your strict handstand push-ups, it's all about posture, positioning, patience, and programming. When I say give it a shot, I mean give it a shot for that whole period of time, that 9 months, that 12 months. Really stick to it and you will get better. Good luck. Let us know how it goes.